TV is in Dedham, Massachusetts, where the fate of Karen Reed is now in the hands of the jury. You can see the clock is up. 16 minutes is how long this jury has been out deliberating. Reed's first trial, of course, ended in a mistrial last year after the jury could not come to a unanimous decision about whether or not Reed intentionally struck her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, with her Lexus SUV. Prosecutors point to fragments of Reed's taillight at the crime scene as evidence of a collision, but the defense believes that Reed is the victim of a wide-ranging cover-up by O'Keefe's friends and local law enforcement. Right now, let's bring in Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson, who is live outside of the courthouse. I say this every time to remind everyone, Matt, that you were there the entire first trial. You've been there the entire second trial. So tell us, if you would, please, first, the mood at the courthouse right now.
Yeah, it's a bit of deja vu, Judge Ashley. We are standing outside the courthouse here in Dedham, Massachusetts. This jury, the deliberating jurors, are now in that jury room, and we are officially in a verdict watch. Just a few minutes ago, this defendant, Karen Reed, along with her attorneys, were walking down the courthouse steps, making their way through the crowd of supporters, hundreds of people that are here at this courthouse in Dedham Square, along with media from all across the country. They are all also in silence as they stand behind this defendant. Let's listen to Alan Jackson from earlier today. Take a listen.
This means more to us than you can imagine. But if the volume comes up even a little bit, we're gonna be ordered to stay in the building, and y'all are gonna be ordered off the lawn. So just please do us that favor. This means as much as you yelling out for us. Bless your heart.
Thank you, Jackson.
God bless you.
All right, and again, just moments ago, as I mentioned, they just left the courthouse here as we're in verdict watch. Let's listen together.
Happy with the jury selection process for the all? Okay.
Alan, guys, we're not going to make any comments right now. We will see you in a couple of minutes, though.
David, how will you spend the time waiting?
David, were you in there this morning?
Gonna eat something?
Wait, I get a no comment from David after all this time?
I was in the courtroom. I was not in the. I was in the courthouse, not in the courtroom.
Paul coming up, guys. Paul coming up. Here, left. Sorry.
Random nature.
Yeah.
Mr. Yannetti, were you surprised you didn't have the verdict slip ahead of time?
Whoa. You okay? I'm right here, man. You're still gay? Wait a minute. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Oh, is this me, Joan? I'm sorry. We're right around the other side.
Oh, you make comments?
Nice to see you, man.
Comments at the
I'm gay. All the lawyers are gay.
Sorry, I'm Karen.
Possibly.
Thank you. Karen, do you have a message for your supporters? I love them.
You stay strong. You stay
Very much resembling what we saw this time last year, the number of supporters for this defendant growing in numbers, many of them wearing pink, but they are being silent this year because they are within the buffer zone and they are told not to hold any signs or to make any noise, shouting or cheering. So we haven't heard that much. But last year, if we are going to compare again, the deliberations ran approximately roughly 3 to 4 days over a span, and of course that ended in mistrial. Today, we're learning that they are allowed to deliberate this second jury until 5, maybe 5:30 today.
Right, Matt. Now, tell us, what specifically do we know about this jury?
Right, so 11 weeks ago, jury selection began here at the courthouse behind me. So what was impaneled was a panel of 18 jurors that heard the case all the way through. We did not lose a single juror throughout the process. We had 9 men and 9 women. It was a complete split, and they heard testimony from 49 witnesses over 8 weeks of trial. The deliberating jury, we just learned just moments ago, that is comprised of 5 men and 7 women. The jury foreperson chosen by the court. That person is seated in the first seat of the jury box. That was the case last year as well. And as I mentioned, that's a man.
All right, now talk about these closing arguments. I'll tell you what, they both came prepared. No surprise, you've got very good, zealous, great attorneys on both sides. What stood out to you about these closing arguments, Matt?
That's a good way to put it. Very zealous, very energized, and completely silent courtroom. And keep in mind, it's a very tiny room. We had Alan Jackson and Hank Brennan, the special prosecutor, squaring off for the closing remarks. The defense goes first in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, doubling down on reasonable doubt and a faulty police investigation, as they put it. And the prosecution, the Commonwealth, doubling down on her own admissions, playing clips of TV interviews, but also each was referencing their experts, especially their crash reconstructionists. Let's listen.
There was no collision. There was no collision. There was no collision. You folks are the last line of defense. The last line of defense between an innocent woman and a system that has tried to break her.
She made a decision about herself. In her Lexus, she drove away. She was drunk, she hit him, and she left him to die.
The day started with the judge, Beverly Cannoni, who presided over the first trial, saying, jury members, you take copious notes, but you have to put those notebooks underneath your seat. Some jury members take so many notes, they have a stack of notebooks from this 8-week process. Today, they were fixated on these attorneys that were delivering those powerful closings. Judge Ashley?
Thank you, Matt. Very powerful closings, and they have a lot to talk about back in the deliberation room. Thank you to Matt Johnson, as always.